All right, King's here, man. We're live. How y'all doing, man? No, I'm playing. Yo, this is the beginning of I think something that's going to be great for a long time, but it's a little bit weird today for anybody that's watching the replay of this. This is the Lions Roundtable, but it's not supposed to be on this channel, but it is. It's also on King's channel as well. We'll have the link in the description, top of the chat. I think it's pinned. I think that's what the star means. But this is the beginning of a 2-day-a-week show with hopefully more than 2 creators at a time. We'll see, but at least for today, it's just me and King. And King, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's been a while since we've done a show.
Man, it feels good right now. Talk Lions. Waited a long time to talk football. And for us to do this 2 times a week, this is going to be amazing.
See, and in the past, we did pregame shows together. We would always have like random things that would pop up, but nothing consistent. So this is going to be consistent, man, as just laid out. So 2 times a week. Currently, we're scheduled for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Is that right? For some reason, I was thinking Fridays.
Yep.
Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Yep.
8 p.m. Eastern. That could change, but as of now, that's what we're rocking with. I won't say, we'll see. Well, I won't say who else is going to be on the show. You'll see when they pop in. But what we need y'all to do as you're joining in is click that link, go to the other channel, and just subscribe to that channel. That way you're connected with it because we're going to switch there very soon. Not today, but we're going to switch there in the future. I just don't have access to the account right now, but we will. So that's where all the upcoming shows will be. It's a great start. That's where all it's actually good because y'all know these channels. That's where we're going to be in the future. So subscribe to that because they just won't be over here and you won't find them. That being said, though, King, I don't really know what we're doing today. I'm going to be honest with you. All right. This plan is kind of a mess.
We're doing what we do. We're talking Lions, bro. That's what we do.
That's what we're doing.
We're talking Lions, man. We're talking training camp. That's easy for us.
You know what, though? It is a great time to get started because we got a preseason game, which was beautiful, by the way, 34-7. That's, I think, what everybody was hoping for to see us play that way. That was good. Good way to get it started. Training camp's rolling. We're over 10 days into training camp. We got tons of injury updates. A lot of bad news, I think, unfortunately, throughout this week so far, but maybe some good. So I think we start off with that first, and we saw this right before we got on. And by the way, chat, feel free to interact again. I'll keep reminding y'all, sub to the channel that's linked in the description, or it's also pinned in this chat. But feel free to interact with us, man. We'll have callers at some point. I know they have that set up. It's just not going to be on this channel, but over there. So feel free to, ask questions or whatever. But that said, let's start with the injury front. We read some news before we got on here. King, what's going on with the running back?
Sione Vaki, man, missed the first game, missed the Hall of Fame game, but is apparently ready to go. Ready to see him against the Falcons Friday. I wanted to see Sione out there, obviously the injury, but I'd rather see guys like Sione get the opportunity instead of Reynolds being out there. We know what Reynolds is. We know who he is. We want to see some of the young guys get out there and get the opportunity. So happy about that.
So I guess staying there, at the running back position, it's weird now because it's kind of like cornerback. We have so many dudes in the back end that are just rotating in because of injury. But running back feels like it went from we knew exactly what it was with the first 4, with Vaki and Craig being 3 and 4. Then you added 2 UDFAs, and now quickly they're out. Both of these guys, I believe, were waived injured. We bring in new names to the group. What do you think is the ceiling for Vaki within this group this season? Because, we all kind of feel like Craig's going to be here. Like, I don't think anybody really questions that. But I do definitely think there's still a path where Craig's still here, but Vaki's the guy that gets more touches on the offense.
Yeah, and like I said, Vaki obviously what he does on special teams too, but Vaki is, like I said, he got a chance. I mean, the fourth back, that's where I see Vaki. It's the fourth back. So, like I said, he's a Swiss Army knife too, so he can do multiple things. I think he could definitely find a spot on this roster somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. So.
You know what? I want to get your thoughts on this because when I thought about it, I was like, this is kind of wild. But, you just get creative, I think, during the offseason because for a while there's like nothing to talk about. Right. And as I'm hearing like Zach Corn, we've seen Zach Corn do some fullback work. And then Shane Zylster kind of has taken that over behind him. They're moving him around. I couldn't help but think like, Sione, they're talking about all these 2 running back sets. I haven't seen a lot of it personally. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen a fullback and a running back. I haven't seen 2 running backs. Man, that's something they're just holding in for like, here's the regular season. We'll drop that. But I think of Vaki as a amazing fullback. Like, I picture that as like, this could be a lot of fun. That's the kind of guy that playing safety in college. Let him hit somebody. He's going to have a feel for that. And then if I throw it to Vaki versus throwing it to Zach Horton. Like I feel like it has so much more juice. Like I mean, that makes me excited. That's a fun check down. What do you think about that?
That would definitely be creative. Like I said, I mean, you want to get the best of what you can put out there. I mean, if you want to get the best of what you can put out there, you put Vaki out there. I mean, which is a guy that can also catch the ball out the backfield in certain type of situations. So, yeah, I'm definitely on board with that. If that's something that they want to do, I think John Morton is obviously he's hiding some things. You know, you're going to see pretty much nothing right now. As far as the 2-back sets go, I'm excited for that. I think he really will do it sometime this season. But you know, like I said, if it makes you a little bit more versatile, if it makes you a little bit more unpredictable, it's just something that you do, and it's something that I wanted to see Ben Johnson do while he was here. I just felt like having Montgomery and Gibbs back there, it will keep the defense obviously guessing. So you want to take advantage of that. So you know, when we'll see that, we'll see when we'll see that. But yeah, like I said, a guy like Vaki, man, I can definitely see him sliding into that spot and being creative.
It makes me think too, like now that you're speaking on kind of like having the 2-backs is like, all right, I don't know how many teams can comfortably do that. Like if you go into a game, you're like, all right, 15 times we want to do this. But not only like do you maybe not have the two that you trust or that you like that much more so than just having an extra receiver on the field, but then also it's like, okay, but what if one gets hurt because you keep putting him on the field and one other's got to block for the other guy? It's like, I guess if you have Craig and you like Vaki, you feel a little more confident. Like, all right, but we do have two backups. And both these guys are a little bit different, you know, because Vaki's a big-time pass catcher. And it's like, all right, I don't know how much of that I'm going to get from Craig. He can catch the ball, but Craig brings you a lot more of Montgomery, like style-wise. So it's like at least you got to kind of change the pace with it. I don't know. I think about the depth, too, being a factor of why you could do that more this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, man, you take advantage of what you have. And John Morton is someone that's known to do that. I do think it's interesting, though, because you know, I was listening to 97.1 today, and they were speaking in specific about the difference between Ben Johnson and John Morton. And one of the things they mentioned is that obviously John Morton is going to be a guy that's in the skybox. Ben Johnson was on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think about that? Do you think there's going to be so much of a difference that it may end up hindering us, or do you prefer guys to be in the skybox so they can see everything out there on the field a little bit more clear?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think typically I would think I'd way prefer to be up in the air. Like I'd want to see it, you know, kind of like just what are the little things that I'm missing? Like maybe that's across the field that I just can't see from my vantage point. But then I also think like you could definitely clearly make it work on the field. One, you probably got some, you know, someone's going to have your eyes in the sky too that you trust. So you're going to have that guy. But then also it's like if you know what you're calling, I feel like you also know kind of like as a quarterback, like here's what I have to look for after I snap the ball. Like who's my keys. You could I see how you could have that as a coach too, where it's like I'm not looking at the full picture. I'm looking at these certain guys, and then I know if my quarterback say played it right, for example. So I I would think that I'd truly prefer to be up top because I could feel I would want to feel like what guys are cheating towards, like that kind of thing. But I could also understand. I feel like the clear advantage of being on the field is like I feel like you get a pulse of how your guys are feeling it. You know what I mean? Like you get that sense, you can get that immediate feedback from the players as well. That's not coming through somebody else or later. Like, yo, that you know, the players are just giving you a little something. You're like, all right, let's not do that again. Let's get away from that. Like, I can see dudes getting cooked. He's clearly gassed. He's letting me know he's gassed. So let's try something different. Maybe you don't get that same sense if you're that far away. I get the sense that I would want to be up there. What do you think about that, though? Because I think that is a good question.
I think there's pros and cons for both. You know, obviously you want to be in that skybox. You want to be able to see the field a little bit better, look at that defense and see what they're trying to do. But at the same time, on the sideline, you know, when your player does make a great play, you want to be able to be down there and say, hey, man, great play. You know, in the skybox, you got to kind of give air fives, you know, come over to Mike, whatever it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you're on the sideline, it's a different atmosphere. So more of it's like you're in that game with them. You know what I'm saying? You're not just a play caller. You've seen a lot of reactions from Ben Johnson on the sideline, especially after we successfully do a trick play. And I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So as a player, I would say I would love to have my coordinator on the sideline so I can communicate it a little bit better. But as a coordinator, I would say I would like to be able to see the field a little bit better.
That's a good point. No, that's a good point because like when Ben's running down the sideline, like we see those highlights when he's hyped up with him. but then also being able to give like that immediate feedback, I feel like to a quarterback too, where like you're just on the field, he can quickly like, and then if you have like communication issues or something through the headsets, like yo, your coordinator's right there. I mean, we've seen Goff just run to the sideline to get calls before, so it feels
Right.
like maybe there's better opportunity for that not being the case if something does go wrong. Like I don't know what it was, King, but there was like a year where it was like 3 games, like oh yeah, the mics were just messed up or something. It's like I don't know what we were doing. I don't know what was going on there, but I guess if that pops up as an issue, that actually might be an issue. We had to call a timeout. Like wait a minute,
Right.
this dude doesn't know what's going on. All right, that's
Right.
interesting. All right, I want to ask you this though, because the first preseason game is done. What you know? What do you think? What do you think? Just give me
I mean, I'm not really. It's based on who we had the opportunity to see play out there. I would say after the first preseason game and training camp in general, right now, obviously there are certain players that stick out to everybody. TeSlaa's probably number one on everybody's list right now. Him getting a couple of first team reps is, big time because you feel like he's going to be the same player no matter what lineup you put him out there with. He's still going to be the same player. He's still going to get open. He's still going to catch the ball. I want to see a little bit more from our offensive line because, like I said, we shook up the offensive line. We got youth on the offensive line, but we're not going to be able to measure that in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? So, until we see them against starting level NFL first team guys out there, I can't really evaluate them the way I want to. Now, the individual battles I can.
Right.
Tyleik Williams and Ratledge have been going at it. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things, that's what I'm looking for in this situation. But as far as putting the measuring scale on things, J-Mo's, I think he's going to explode based off of what I've seen, just off the route running and everything else. But besides those obvious guys, it's kind of hard to measure something after that game because we're not running nothing, and we know there's nobody out there playing really. So, yeah, I watched the game because I'm a fan, but it's like, what am I really looking at out here? Yeah, like what am I really getting from this? Like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's a good. I like that answer. No, okay, I asked a bad question then. Let me, because you're right. That's a bad question. Let me ask you this: just outside of TeSlaa, was there anybody else that caught your eye? And you're like, all right, that was maybe just above what your expectation was. Maybe not everybody else's, but yours.
Stewart was one.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hassanin, he was another guy that's been talked about. I shared on Twitter the film work. Shout out to all 22 films. I watch every single video he puts out. But yeah, Stewart, man, was another one. I know everybody had the bad taste in their mouth because he fumbled on the very first opportunity, right? But, Dan put him right back out there. He was confident. He still ran the ball, but his tackling, not only in that game, but in training camp, he's all over the place. You just see a blur of hair flying across the field, man. He's all over the place. I really like what I've seen from him. And, we were talking about it before the show. It's almost like watching Rodrigo to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So, he's a player that was pretty exciting out there. But yeah, like I said, besides that, it's just like I didn't get a real opportunity to see some of these guys because Allen was terrible at that game. Hendon barely threw the ball. He threw it five or six times, I think. And they ran the ball a lot when he got in the game.
We only threw 20 as a team.
Yeah. So I didn't get a real good chance to measure some of that. The secondary, as far as some of the guys that were out there, I wasn't impressed. I just felt like they did whatever they wanted to do against us. So yeah, the list is small for me right now. I'm looking forward to Friday. I really am looking forward to Friday to see Hendon Hooker get the start, to see Sione Vaki, to see some of these other guys in a different light with a fresh start. I'm probably sure Dan Campbell coached these guys up, him and the staff. I'm looking forward to that.
I feel like watching Grant Stewart, he plays the game as like he's expecting that he's right all the time, and I love it. It's like,
wait. Don't let me forget.
Yeah.
Giovanni Manu.
Yeah.
Also, I share his on social media too. I was impressed because from last season to this season, what you've seen in preseason, it's consistency there. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as sloppy. He's not up too high. You can tell he's learning the nuances, the technique to be a left tackle, and I was impressed.
And he looks different too. Like I
Yeah,
feel like like we drafted Tate and we drafted Miles, and those guys look kind of lean for like linemen. I feel like they look kind of like tall and lean, and I
yeah,
feel like Manu kind of looks like that now. Last year he looked massive. Like
yeah,
this
yeah,
dude,
yeah. Right.
he looks like a normal tackle now. Like when you see him,
Right,
it's like okay, that looks like an NFL player.
right.
But okay, so I guess I'll build on that then. I want to the Isaac TeSlaa stuff. I see people throwing in here wide receiver 3, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I didn't think so. I'm kind of in a weird spot here because one, I think he could be the Galladay of this year. Like and I
mm,
just think because to what you kind of said before we jumped on here,
yeah,
or I guess once we jumped on here, any unit you put him in, he's going to be successful. Like that's kind
right,
of the vibe I get. I don't. I think he's got a role that just works, and I think
right.
anybody that's that good with their hands, it's like kind of just put in his area, he's going to come down with it. So it's going to work, and then he blocks and does all those things. So I feel like you put Hooker in there, it's going to help him a lot because that guy's going to catch the ball, and he's always kind of open, right? It's like worst case, throw it to him. It's like okay, he's just bigger than the other guy. So because of that reason, I think he could have that kind of jump. The problem is Tim Patrick's chilling and Khalif Raymond's chilling. He's got a role in this team, and it feels like it can take a minute with Goff. I thought when we drafted him, like I really liked him, but I thought this may not kick off till halfway through the year. We may not feel his presence at all just because of where we're at.
Right.
But the more I'm kind of believing, like, all right, there's some Galladay to this for real. Like, I actually think this is going to come a little bit faster. So obviously, an injury could push him into the lineup. But how fast or how soon do you think in the season he just starts at least getting maybe let's just say 5 to 10 snaps a game? Like, how soon does that come along
I
right now
think
if it's not
from
injuries?
I think from the moment he gets an opportunity, he's going to
Week one.
impress. He's going to impress. I'm man. His college tape, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah, yeah,
that I think he's going to impress as soon as he gets an opportunity, and it's going to be hard for the Detroit Lions to deny him. Obviously, you drafted him to be a guy to step in because I mean, come on, we got Tim Patrick on the roster right now. He's not going to be around in a couple of years or so. So you drafted this guy for a reason. I think he's going to step in that role and impress as soon as he gets an opportunity. And I'm not even it's not because of what I've just seen some highlights or something like that. When we
yeah.
drafted him, first of all, I was surprised that he was sitting there still. But when we drafted him, because I watch Big Ten, you know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of college football, SEC and everything else. And when I seen him um against what was it? I think it was Oregon. It's like, who the hell
Okay.
is this dude, man? He's tearing Oregon ass up. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And that's when I started to look into him. I'm like, this dude here is he might be a steal for somebody.
It's kind of a freak, yeah.
Kind of crazy. We drafted him. um and like I said, he doesn't drop footballs, man. He just does
Mm-hmm.
not drop footballs. I'm talking about from one-handers to whatever it is. He's just a dog. And I
Yeah.
think he's going to be that as soon as he get on the field, man.
Yeah, and here's where I think he really reminds me of Tim Patrick is like Tim Patrick last year, like when we think about like how fast the guys can connect, like Goff already had that with Josh, but with Tim it
Right.
was new. But they connect so fast when he got on the field, and he had like a really strong stretch. But I remember it like felt like it opened up, and maybe you
Mhm.
saw this there. It felt like it opened up all the broken plays for Goff. Like Goff doesn't do that really ever, but there was like a couple last year where like play would break down, and he'd find Patrick. Like, all right, that's kind of new. Like usually Goff is not doing that at all. Like he's just like throw it away, don't run. And he kind of hit a couple, and they were just check downs, but some would happen after the play because Patrick would get open. TeSlaa does that exact same thing. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's like this is literally like the image of Tim Patrick doing the same exact thing. And then we saw it in camp. It seemed like they were kind of working those drills. It's
Mhm.
like this dude's going to stand out there because it won't have to be open. You'll just have to have him on the field. And one time things gets messy and he just pops himself open. You're like, oh, there he is. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now he flashed. Because for his
Right.
spot, it feels like it would only take like one reception. One reception for 20 yards. That's a flash for him in a game. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like, all right, well, how do we not give him snaps? Like, that's a
Yeah.
big play.
Yeah. He's going to be my prediction. He's going to be our poor man's
Uh-oh.
Puka
It's about to
Nakua,
start.
man.
Okay. I'm not
That's,
mad at that. I'm not mad
yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he was drafted higher than Puka, so he should be two
Yeah.
choices better.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have that type of showing. I think
Okay.
you're just gonna be like, wow, like where the heck this dude got? Not we won't be like, wow, but I think the
Yeah.
NFL's gonna be like, who is this kid? You know, where did he come from? I think that's
Um,
where
r-
we at.
Real quick, chat, if you're all in here, man, we appreciate you guys being here again. This is the Detroit Lions Roundtable. I think it's just called Lions Roundtable. Link is in the top of the chat. Links in the description. That's where eventually these shows are going to be moved to. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time through Roundtable Sports, man. We're starting the first Lions Roundtable. We're going to figure out all the who else is on this show and stuff. But we know me and King are here, so that's good. That's good because if it wasn't, it would just be me doing the show or you doing the show. That wouldn't be a roundtable.
Right.
So we got it's not even a roundtable right now. If I'm being honest with you, King. This is one of those things where it's like, all right, maybe we're both sitting on the opposite side of the table, but it's like that's not a roundtable. I don't know. This isn't
We'll get there.
It's fine.
We'll get there.
We'll figure it out. All right. Other. I mean, we didn't get to see Tate and Tyleek, but we've heard good things from Tyleek. It feels like recently, at least, that we've heard some good things there. But other draft picks. Let's go to Lovett real quick. Just touch on it because it was definitely this. It felt like a lot of this. He was productive, and he's seemingly been productive in training camp. I hope he doesn't start dropping passes now. He got a little bit banged up, but I feel like my sense of a lot of the draft picks were like, all right, that dude looks like he did in college in the NFL. That doesn't mean it's great. It just means like Lovett would drop passes in college. Like there's a reason he went where he went, but he gets open a lot. And it's like, that's the guy I saw in the NFL. So on one hand, I'm like, oh, that's a positive because like, all right, at least the good things are showing up. But the other hand, it's like, we know where you need to get better. So to me, I walk away with that as like, all right, I wish he didn't drop any passes and he had 7 receptions and he caught the deep ball and he had 100 yards. He went crazy. But realistically, I actually feel like it was a good day because I feel like I know what I have and it's very clear like what needs to get better. And it's like, as long as we get this better, there's a shot for you. There's a shot for you somewhere here.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought? Or were you like, yo, love it, cut this dude? Be real. Cut the guy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He's on my cut list. You can't drop passes, man.
That's real though.
No, and when, like I said, it made me mad during the Hall of Fame game on that long bomb pass, man, because there's a crowd out here that they really want to see Hendon Hooker fail. You know what I'm saying? And that was a crazy accurate bomb that he threw to him. And all he had to do was grab it and pull it in. That's all you had to do. Now, oh well, Hendon had a horrible game, and this and that. Yeah, okay, all right. So, yeah, he's on my bad list right now. Like I said, hopefully he can change things around and get it together, man. But you can't drop passes. You just cannot. And it's not just that pass. It's in camp too. You can't drop passes. We just don't need that. Not with this roster. We're pushing for a Super Bowl here. We don't have time to have that lagging around on our team, bro. Catch the ball. You're a receiver. Catch the ball. Get with Amon-Ra after the game, after practice. Get on that machine and learn how to. You see J-Mo.
Yep.
You see J-Mo. J-Mo was a player when we first got him. He caught footballs like this.
Mm-hmm.
He uses his hands now. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you have to put that work in and improve, man. And if you want that opportunity, that's up to him. But right now, he's on my bad list. Let's just
he's getting no snaps with drops on film. He's getting no snaps. Typically, we cut those guys. Like, even if they have a couple grabs, they get cut because it's like, oh, man, he just left that play out there. But he was drafted, so maybe it'll clearly have to pan out as, like, you're the best gunner on the team, so there you go. You will find a crack. And I think this year, early thought, I think they just keep 6 receivers, like, just go lighter elsewhere. But to that point, I love that you brought up J-Mo because it feels like it is fixable. Like, there definitely is elements of that that's fixable. It's just like, how fast can we get it there? Is it something that is by year 2, or is it something by the 4th week in the preseason? He makes a really good catch away from his body, and he toe taps and stuff, and it's like, all right, there we go. Because it seems like he's got to trust. The worst drop was the first one to me. Yeah. Like, that was bad because it hurt the hooker. But that was bad. It was like, oh, that's wide open. And it's like, dude, now we had a punt. So like a real game, we'd be very upset if that was the case. It just shut down a drive there. Okay, we'll move off of that though. We still love it. We just got to catch passes. That's it. There's a lot of good things there. The guy's twitchy as heck. Okay. Yeah. Dan Jackson, sad news. Out for the season. That's at least unless settlement stuff happens. But as of now, he's out for the year. I want to get your thoughts on the whole. Like, where are you? Like, I feel like the conversation's backup quarterback, and we can go there. But backup safety. How do you see it playing out? Is there a new guy you think that's potentially on the way? Like, I think we kind of know what the top 3 is with Maddox being number 3. But beyond that, it's kind of like, all right, Take your guess. What
That's
do
what
you
I said.
think?
We just need to. Like I say, I think we need to go at least a couple of more games before I can even consider somebody that we
Really?
have on this roster. Yeah. Otherwise, we definitely need to get somebody. We
Yeah.
definitely need to get somebody. That sucks for Dan Jackson. That really sucks, man. He was gonna be my little Cooper DeJean. You know, he's gonna be my little. Like I said, he's man, hard worker, man. Just like I said, he embodies the Lions type of style. And to see him go out for the entire season like that, that sucks, man. That
Right.
really sucks. So yeah, I hope everything gets, I hope he recovers, and come back even better. I really do, man. I really wanted to see him get an opportunity. That really sucks, man.
You know what though? This is my positive spin. Well, I guess it's not. I don't know if it's positive, but I see like it could be a similar path because he's a 7th round pick, so it doesn't like guarantee. Oh, you come back next year. Now he's on the team again. Like it doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't have that anymore. Like now it's very wide open when he comes back. But he reminds me, it could be similar to the Nate Lynn situation, where it's like that first game was pretty good, and then the season was gone, and now it's like okay, now Nate Lynn's clearly on the bubble. And now I feel like more eyes are on. There was no real eyes on Nate Lynn. Everything was just a plus. It was like, oh man, that was pretty good. And then he gets hurt. Now it's like eyes are going to be quickly on you because now you're immediately on the bubble as soon as you come back. And
Right.
well, I kind of hate that for him. It's a very clear role that he's going to have a path to fill because Avante's on a 1-year deal and there's nobody else locked in there, right? Unless you draft someone high next year. So there's a path to making this work. I would say right now my lean would be Strickland makes the team again. But yeah, with Eric Hallett now playing in the slot, like mostly, I'm not even sure what they view him as. I mean, it could be. I think you can look at it as a positive because I think he did pretty good there. But it's like, do they view him as a safety? Like, would they keep him as a safety, or are they kind of like, oh, he's actually better at slot? I don't know. The Lions sometimes throw me off with that stuff. They move a guy and it's like, no, that we actually like him as that, and
Right.
I don't know if they view him as a safety anymore. Okay.
Yeah, like I just want to comment for
Yeah.
Phantom Lion in the comments, man. First of all, what's going on, Phantom Lion? Um, um, the thing with Ian is, like I said before, I need to see it on the field. I need to see it on the field. Like we're talking about in the potential lineup, who's the fourth guy? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I need to see the opportunities and that person take the opportunities first. So I need some more games. I need
Right.
more games to see how these players are going to fit with this roster or if they can even potentially make this roster. That's where I'm at.
No, I agree, and I think this is a thing as a whole. Like one of my big take, like as a whole, was like it's preseason, but this is I think a really good spot for Kelvin Shepard after that first game because it wasn't like oh you lost. It was there was multiple plays where the running back was not covered at all. Now Trey Lance didn't take advantage of it, but there were plays like that, and that happens. But like there was probably 2 or 3 times you're watching the play, and you're like oh. There's nobody covering that guy.
At
And
all.
it's like if you'd have threw it there, they scoring a touchdown. I got Stewart and Strickland covering the same player. So you see that a few times. You're like, this is a positive. Like it should be a positive. Next week, if we cut those out, it's like, all right, they fixed this. And I don't think that's crazy that happens when you got 2 dudes that are like, oh, it's my job. And it's like, no,
Right.
that's not your job. We get that cleaned up. It's a good time to get that cleaned up. But I think from guys like Kennelly, because one thing I thought we saw from Dan when he was in, he didn't make like the impact plays. I felt very it was like a calming presence I felt when he was out there in a sense like he felt very smart. And
Yeah.
he was a like you said hard worker. He was an old veteran in college. He was there for like 6 years. Popped off late. Did some special team stuff. Like I felt like you knew you were gonna get like a pretty smart player. Now I don't really know because I still don't know exactly what Ian Kennelly is.
Right.
So like who translates or who takes that like coaching to the point where now next week it's like oh they're where they're supposed to be. There's no breakdowns when this unit's together. That's what I want to see because we know we're not going to see Branch and Kirby. So it's like when Strickland and Ian Kennelly are together, are they just clean? Like everything's clean, they're passing off, they're communicating. Because if that's the case, I think that could be the best step for a group to make it, where it's like these guys just work well together. So we're keeping both of them because we trust both of them. That's where I think they could help themselves after this game. It's a real opportunity.
Yeah, I think those film rooms were pretty
Not great.
intense.
Not great.
You seen it after that game how pissed Dan was. Dan is a competitor. Right? He doesn't care who's out there, what type of game it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably sure that staff has been pounding these guys. You got to be where you're supposed to be. And that's something that you've seen consistent over the years during the draft process. If you've been watching on the Detroit Lions YouTube channel, the Inside the Den episodes. That's one of the questions they always ask these guys on defense, man. You got to be in your position. You have to trust your team and be where you're supposed to be. If you can't do that, you can't get on the field. That's just what it is. And these guys, they need to be where they're supposed to be. That's big time, man. You have to trust what your coordinator is giving you, what your Mike is giving you. You have to make sure you are in your assignment. So if they can't do that, you can't do that. I don't know what to tell you, man.
No, and it feels. I mean, that's been like the big step with the defense. I feel like is once the young guys became the vets, all of a sudden the defense went crazy. Like it's like once that becomes the case, so now it's like who's that next wave? Because now it's just a lot of young guys back there. All these injuries, like everybody's new and young, so it's like who's gonna figure it out and just like put it together. And I feel like that's what's it's made. It may not be who makes the interception; it may just be that aspect. Because Brandon Joseph had that. Like when he was in, it was a calming. It's like Brandon Joseph gonna do his thing, and then some goofy stuff happened. But C.J. Moore was that. It's like, who's that now? I have no idea. Maybe that's Eric Hallett. Maybe they view him as a safety. It feels like he's got a leg up for that as well. Okay, they're talking about, well, first off, is this true?
That wasn't me. It wasn't LeGarrette Blount. It wasn't T-Pain. It wasn't any of those names y'all gonna throw in the comments, man. It was not me. All right.
I disagree, but anyway, let's no, man. So you said it before. I think you said before we got on here that Bridgewater signed with Tampa, and he signed with them fast. Like they weren't playing around, man. They were like, let's get this thing done. They also needed a backup quarterback, I guess. But backup quarterback's been interesting the last few years. And I just think in general it's just hard. Like there just isn't a lot of good quarterbacks. So it's just reality is around the league, most teams like we don't have quarterbacks, and I think Cleveland's doing that right now, where they have no idea what they're doing. I think teams just struggle with it, and I think it's okay to be patient with these guys, right? We know so many factors go into it. It's okay to be patient with the Hendon Hookers, and I still believe in Hendon Hooker. Like I definitely do, and to your point, I think TeSlaa's going to help him. I thought timing was better in that game. You know what it felt like when I was watching Hendon? It felt like everything was sped up for some reason when he got out of the pocket. It was almost like he was trying to make something happen that wasn't there, and it was like some of these times I understand it because I'm not even putting it on him. It's like there's nowhere to go with the ball. I get it, but it's like, oh, if you just relax just a little bit, like maybe you make something happen here. It's like you're kind of pressing the issue. I feel like it's a good week to now pull back, right? Like you had a full off the first game. You're going to have that. It's going to look kind of shaky. He had that last year, too, where he would just throw the ball straight over a guy like he did this last game. It's like, all right, that was pretty bad, but we'll dial it back in. We'll get it right. We'll give you more reps, right? So I still believe there. As for Kyle Allen, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be on my island here, King, as usual. I like Kyle Allen.
Yeah, he made. Listen,
I like him.
Here's the thing with Kyle Allen, man. He made some good. He made some good passes. He did make some good passes. He commanded. Yeah. He commanded the offense out there. He looked more comfortable out there at running offense. So I don't hate the guy. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean to apply that.
Yeah, but so one of those kicks is just like, bro, why did you throw that? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be doing that. But I like him for motivation for Hendon, to be honest, because if you lose your job to Allen, you deserved it. Like you getting the opportunity Friday, you have to take it. It's what Dan Campbell said. It's up to him. So this is your opportunity. Take it. Take it. Go out there and show us who you were when you were in Tennessee. Throw that ball with confidence. Throw the ball with accuracy, like we seen on that bomb play that you threw. Yeah. Go out there, be poised, take your time, make sure your footwork is right. Do what you got to do, man. Don't go out there and impress. That's all I'm asking for from Hendon Hooker, because the reason why I like him so much, he creates that different dimension of quarterback, man. So there's a situation where you might want to throw him in on a red zone situation sometimes, just to get him in there and have a threat of running in the end zone. You can use those type of guys. He's not going to ever replace Jared Goff unless something disastrous happens. But yeah, you can use that different dimension. I'm not against having a quarterback that has more than one dimension. We know the kid can throw. It's just he has to make sure that he's accurate. He has to make sure that he's making heady plays out there. And that's what Dan Campbell wants to see. So, like I said, the natural raw talent is there. Hendon has to think the game while he's out there on the field and take his opportunities, man, and perfect them. That's what he has to do.
See, that's why that fourth down play was so great because it was like, even though it wasn't complete, but it almost felt like, look, man, there's nothing to lose. All right, it's 34-7. You got to throw the ball anyway. So it's like, I always feel, I feel like that's a sign of just letting this thing go, man. It's 4th and 2, and the dude threw it 50 yards, right? We didn't check it down. He's just taking a shot anyway because it was open. It was a good play.
Right.
But it's like, that's the kind of thing from jump I didn't feel from him. It felt a little bit more like there were certain setups where it's like, all right, that's the timing's good. But then other things it felt like maybe we're pressing the issue. That just felt like, bro, I'm just letting this thing fly. I got it. Like I did my work. I can make this thing happen. So yes, I think that's just, it's like, dude, give him another week, right? Like it's a rough week. Give him another week. But the question I have for you is, last year Hooker, I think, played well in the preseason. I mean, he was up and down, like in terms of to your like accuracy stuff was hit and miss at times, but he was good and he won the backup job. And I think it was very quick where we watched him. We're like, oh, that's a backup quarterback. Like I get the vet here, but that's the guy. But as the season went on, we signed Teddy. And so even though he was the backup, he wasn't the backup. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now Teddy's not available. And I just wonder, it's like, say he's strong these last 3 games.
Right.
Is he the actual backup? Like, can he get to that? Can he earn, honestly, in your eyes, is there a path for him realistically to be like, he is a guy that we are comfortable with as he's the 2? There isn't a, we got an eye on this guy's available. Like, no, dude, you're the 2.
He's got to show us something these next 3.
Can
he has to.
Because you actually think he can?
I think he can. I honestly think he can. I think if he goes out Friday and he has a good performance as a starter, I think that solidifies him to keep building on something. He needs to just start the foundation and continue to build on something. That's what I'm looking for from him. The Lions were right to bring in Teddy Bridgewater because even though he showed good in preseason, man, this is the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody that's ready to go if Goff goes down. And even after a preseason, I don't think that was Hendon Hooker. He had a solid preseason, but he didn't throw a ball enough, I would say, during that preseason stint. So
right.
This time around, go out there and throw that ball around, bro. Throw the ball around. We know you can run. We know you can do all of those things. We know in Tennessee you did this and that. Well, you got some guys in front of you right now that just might be able to allow you at least more than 1.6 seconds to throw the football. So take that opportunity and go out there and throw the ball around. Let loose. Let loose, Hendon. That's all we ask for. Let loose. Relax. Yeah. Be yourself. Be what you drafted. Brad Holmes drafted you. Brad Holmes does not draft anybody. Obviously, he sees something there. Go out there and show him that he's right. That's all I'm saying.
And that's where like hopefully like Hendon Hooker has higher upside than Kyle Allen. Like that's very clear. But I do feel like even the 2 interceptions, in some ways, I'm not super bad. Like if Hendon has a bad interception like that, because the Hendon interceptions were, I didn't like the second one in the end zone because he got baited. Like he had a vet safety and that dude baited the heck out of him. And it's like, man, I feel like you assumed that he was going to move and he definitely did not. And you still threw the ball. He cooked you on that one. Like he got you. But even the first one, it was like, okay, you're throwing it, before he's breaking. And you probably shouldn't have because the dude had a beat on it. You still threw it. But it's like, if Hendon gives me that, and I can live with it because he does that. He comes back next drive and it's like, all right, let's just rebound from it. I can live with that. If he's trusting a route to be there and he throws it and it's not there, but he's able to just recover from that. Like, I feel like because it's preseason, I can live with that. It's almost like not to that extent. Obviously, you don't want 4 or 5 interceptions, but like in a smaller degree, the Jared Goff Houston game. It's like, yeah, most games are going to be like that. Shout out to defense, handle business. But at the same time, if it makes it so you're not aggressive anymore, you're not going to have that last drive that scores because now it's like, oh, I'm just not even going to try. It's like, no, you got to keep trying because you know what you're looking at. So it's like, I'm okay if he throws a bad interception early. Just push it. Just trust that it's going to be there to what you're saying. And I think we can all live with that. And I think they can too.
Getting him to live up under pressure because I'm reading Detroit Sports Talk's comment. And you're right. Watched him a lot of college too myself. And he's not used to that. That's the thing. He's not. The type of offense they ran in Tennessee, he's not used to having these guys coming at him like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's up to the Lions to get him ready for that type of situation. So like I said, he has to be able to react, man, and do things proper out there because, like I said, it's the NFL, man. We're not running those type of offenses. You got to be able to make. And let's be honest about it. it's probably about a handful to maybe a couple of extras that can act under pressure in the NFL. I'm talking about as starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Hell, Jared Goff, when he's up under pressure constantly like that, he has issues sometimes, man. That's
Problems.
natural. Any quarterback should. Matthew Stafford, like we had 10, 11 years to witness that, right? So it's a learning process. And this is the beginning of that process. You have to be able, at least in these games, these little league games, what I call them, you have to go out there and be able to show. And if you can't do that, then I mean, we just gonna end up having to let him go, man. That's just what it is. This is your final opportunity. The way that Dan Campbell said, this is your final opportunity to go out here and show us something. We've been, you've been here. We didn't rush you. We've been patient, but you got to show something. Otherwise, we got to go and find that other guy. That's
Yeah.
just what it is, man.
And I feel like they've seemingly played, to me, at least from the days that I've been there at camp, is like it feels like they've played an offense that suits him better. It's like we're going to get him out a little bit more on the move. I looked up the stat. He's sacked 59 times at Tennessee, if that's correct. Shout out to ChatGPT. Hey, see, that's why you pay for the subscription, people. But I was thinking about it, though. Hopefully, they didn't make that up. That's a lot in 2 years. But I was thinking about it to what you were saying, right? Because they played them like wide splits. They're on the sideline. You can't do that in the NFL, right? Your hash marks are here in the NFL. But doing that as well, it's like if you're facing pressure, you're not directly throwing into the pressure typically because you're throwing out here. So it's like in the NFL, in our offense, you're throwing here. So for him, it's like you're throwing into that, so be comfortable throwing into that. And then also, to me, it was the one like rollout play where I felt like he just like attacked, like he had a flat route was covered. It's like, okay, I got him. But he like ran at the guy.
That's the guy, yeah.
If you just like calm down, you had the other tight end backing up. And it's like, I understand that, but it's like, just don't. That's like an example of like, okay, don't create your own pressure, right? Don't put yourself in harm's way in that spot. So it's definitely a learning curve, man. It's got to be different because that offense is so goofy. But in fairness, a lot of these college offenses are kind of goofy. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just kind of how this thing looks. But I think it's going to get right. That was kind of the last point I thought I'd throw out there. He's been under pressure. It's just a different way of dealing with it, for sure. And then hopefully TeSlaa helps him because I think he will. Like that.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he definitely will. You'll have open targets. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. Like I say, you got TeSlaa, you got Tom Kennedy, who's the go to preseason. I think he'll be fine.
Kennedy's a problem. When in doubt, that's facts. Yeah.
So, like I said, man.
Well, Kyle thought that, and then it was a pick. So it maybe don't even care. I'm throwing it anyway. All right, dude. Hey, you know what?
No excuses. No excuses. You got those two. No excuses. You got to go out there and perform, Hendon.
Hey, man. That's right. All right, I want to ask you this question, kind of on any thoughts on ESPN acquiring NFL Red Zone? I just read that. No, I'll be honest with you, I don't. Nothing.
I hate ESPN, man. I really do. Yeah, I just hate ESPN. I really wish that didn't happen. Oh God. Red Zone is my
Red Zone's fire, by the way.
I always get on this mic and I say I watch a lot of football. Well, a lot of that is because of Red Zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally sitting there watching multiple games on my TV. Plus, one of my multiple screens is Red Zone. So I'm watching multiple games on Red Zone plus other games that I've picked. So, like I said,
I love Red Zone.
I love Red Zone, man. Yeah, it sucks that they went to ESPN. I hate ESPN as a network in general. I just do, man. I don't like anything about them. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I'm not gonna just throw it in the bucket, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I was just put people behind the curtain a little bit. Like last year, we had a fantasy league I was cooking, so I was like first place. I think the entire season. You can check me on that. So I may not have lost the game, which is why Red Zone was great because I was able to just witness it and see all my guys cooking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cooking, right?
Like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, so King knows firsthand, like, they weren't close, right? So it's just one of those things. Like, everybody should get Red Zone. That's a side note. Let's go. There's no way people believe that, man. Fantasy is a disaster for me. You know what, though? I was sending King the stuff, though, when we were scoring. I was sending him and he sent him right back. I was disappointed to send him back. I felt so happy. And I heard him come back. Like, this is dumb, dude. I'm just going to delete this game. I want to ask you this off-the-wall question, chat. Throw it in the chat, too. We want to hear your thoughts. But I'm going to go to King on this. So I need to hear your What is the biggest weakness in your eyes in terms of projecting what the weakness is for 2025? I mean, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be like a unit or anything or a player. Anything.
Weakness is a strong word. I would say the most concerning.
Most concerning. Okay, I like that.
Most concerning right now until I see it, it's automatically gonna be the O line.
Okay.
Zeitler, Frank Ragnow, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy to replace. You don't know what you're gonna get out of Glasgow. You know, he has up and down seasons, man. So then, like I said, we got a rookie. So until I see it against another starting unit, I'm concerned about it. Like, are we going to be able to run the ball like we were? Are we going to be able to protect Jared Goff like we were? Because I know there's a standard there, and I do trust. Obviously, I trust our O-line coach, of course, but I don't know, man. It just scares me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was the D line. I let that go. You know what I'm saying? Brad Holmes, you on top of that mountain. If you go down with that, fine, whatever. You don't have to sign this guy, that guy, whatever. If these guys are productive and they stay healthy, you won't hear anything from my lips. The O-line is my concerning part is because what we lost. It's what we lost. And I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with the DBs too, because we keep losing guys. You know what I'm saying? We keep losing guys. I need Reed and Meek, all of those guys. I need y'all to just be careful out there.
Honestly,
be careful.
Stop practicing. Like, I'm at this.
Yeah, like, bro.
Just
scare the hell out of me.
We don't need this. I don't need every day to be like, Lions signed 2 new corners. It's like, all right, dude, every week we're going to have new corners playing. Just sit them. Yeah. Like, I know they're missing reps. Just sit them. I don't need to see them play. It's fine. Yeah. Or put red jerseys on them. They can't be hit. All right? You run towards them and stop. Just stop when you run that way. That's where I'm at with it. I think that's a good point, though, because it's like, even if your replacements are good, you had great. So the likelihood of you getting the same outcome of what you had last year is unlikely because you had such a high bar that you had set last year. So I think I'm gonna go with you on that because I don't think there's another like spot that makes a ton of sense there for me. I think I'm gonna go to the same spot with you. Just seeing how they end up replacing those 2 spots. I eventually think it's going to be Tate, but I think in the short term there's a real argument to be like it just makes sense to have Graham at center. Like that's a better unit together. I would understand that. I think Graham might be better at center too. I think it might help him a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah. I expect it to be a little bit worse. Like it's just reality. It's probably going to be a little bit worse. Now, I don't know. Maybe Mahogany's incredible, but even Mahogany's like, dude played 100 snaps last year. So let's we got to see where that goes. And then I'm hoping Frazier at some point, we get to see what that's going to look like. I think he's going to be good for us. All right, flip side. Biggest strength or the biggest, I don't know what the other word would be here.
Man,
biggest thing you're betting on, like, hey, that's gonna be good, regardless of what happens. That's gonna be good.
I gotta pick one.
Is this bad? Is this a bad question? Is this a jinx?
No, it's a good question. It's just I don't want to pick one because it's 2 units. Okay. At the same time, I said I was a little nervous, but our receiver core and our defensive backs, bro.
Wait a minute. You just said defensive backs were biggest concern, King.
No, I was talking about corner in specific. We keep losing guys, but obviously we still got BB and we still got Kirby Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Our secondary in general, the battles, man. With Amarad and J-Mo and TeSlaa, and then you look at what Terrion's been doing and Reed over the last couple of practices and Amik. It's hard for me to choose. I really have a lot of faith in our secondary this season. I really do. I think Terrion Arnold is going to be as advertised. I really do. Because watching him, my God, he was out there looking, like Revis Island out there, man. So, like I said, I really do believe he's going to take that next step. I really do. I think he's going to be what we all know he can be. And like I said, Amika's a dog. I mean, we don't have to talk about that. And Reed is running stride for stride with J-Mo, stride for stride. This dude he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we were really lucky to get him over here. And I think with that combination of who we got behind these guys, I think the secondary is going to be very, very impressive. The running back room is obvious. It's Gibbs and Montgomery. Montgomery's motivated. He's motivated. He's tired of being the shadow behind Gibbs now. Everybody loves Gibbs, the new toy, right? So, yeah, it's that DB room and that wide receiver room. I'm very excited to see this. I'm so excited to see J-Mo. I can't even hold a straight face.
I just feel like we're gonna get so many shots this year. Just like 1-on-1, just to see what happens.
It's not even that though, Dion.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the run stops, the routes, you know what I'm saying? It's the run stops are almost unguardable. Every single practice is somebody. It's the run and when you're that fast and you have the ability to run and stop and start again, like I've been seeing him do.
Like a little hitch and go
kind
of deal.
Yeah, yes. That type of speed and you're able to do that, you're dangerous, man. You're one of a kind. Because we know you can get down the field. We know that already. But once you start running routes a little bit more crisp, and once you're able to start and stop like that, you're dangerous. And I think he's just going to be a monster for us this season, man.
I'll tell you what. Let TeSlaa catch a couple of those. Just catch a couple of goal ball, because I feel like how do you get yourself in there really quickly? Do that. Be better at that than Tim Patrick is.
How about put J-Mo on one side and put TeSlaa on the other?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like
oh my
attention.
God.
So if you are better at that than Patrick, you're like, you know what? Let's go.
Where's my controller? I'm about to turn Madden on. Where's my controller? Like, man, what?
No, I love that. Okay, I like that answer. So you said your answer was the receivers.
The receivers, man. It's just J-Mo. It's TeSlaa. We know what Amon-Ra is. We got Gibbs catching passes now. You know what I'm saying? Something that I want to see him do more of, because
my goodness.
You get him in over. Forget it. Yeah, right. It's just forget it. And let's not forget, because Laporta's been impressive. Yeah. He's been impressive in camp. Let's not forget about Laporta. It's all up to John Morton. The ball is in your court, buddy. You got every weapon that you could possibly want. You got a dominant backfield, a top backfield in the league. You have a top quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. You have top tight end. You have top receivers. Bro, it is in your court. There's no reason we should not score 179 points per game. There's no reason. It's up to him, man. I want to see how this offense turns out.
I say the deep because I think about DJ Chark when he was here. And it was like, this dude took the top off. You know what I mean? Like, there was so many plays that get forgotten of him just like going deep. And I feel like at that time it wasn't J-Mo yet. It was like he's slowly working his way in. But now where he's at now, like it's like you just take it to another level, man. Like he's on another level with that. Just like messing around, being able to go over time. All right, I'm gonna take your answer though. It's defensive backs. It's definitely that. It's either that or punter. I mean, I got to be honest. Like, Jack Locke's punt in that game, he punted like the 10 from the 20. It's like, all right, maybe that is the strength of the team still. We got a lot of weapons, but that dude is different. And he throws the ball well. So,
to have Jack Fox and Jake Bates is kind of cheating. That's not right.
See, that's
a lot of length, man. It's a lot of length.
We deserve that because I feel like we had this period there where at kicker it was
Kickalicious.
Yeah, Kickalicious so that was before like Prater, right? Wasn't that like
that was definitely before
that
Prater.
Was in that gap of like who in the world is kicking the football for us?
Yeah, we signed a YouTuber, bro. Those were the dark ages.
Hey, David Akers. Like,
since y'all signed the YouTubers, I play some defensive end lions if that you want me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're connecting
dots. My chop moves,
Hey, yo,
just give me 100,000. I'll do it for you.
No, that's good too because King, like, he's offering a good deal. You know what I mean? You don't even need the vet minimum. You're just gonna sign for 100K, King. This is worth doing. You wouldn't even count towards the top 53. Like Mason's playing for free. Okay, yeah, it's DBs. And it's because of what you said. Terrian's gonna cook this year. Terrian's gonna be that dude. Terrian's gonna be better than Quinyon Mitchell this year. And if you want to ask what metric that's going to be, I don't know. But he is. Like that's the answer. Like he's gonna be that dude that we and I still that's the best draft reaction ever. It's all of us reacting to the Lions trading him to go get Terry on. It's meant to be that this dude's outstanding. So everything you said, plus on top of that, I still think like amongst all these injuries, like there is like a kind of a nice part where it's like, okay, but Aleem's eventually gonna be back, and then when he gets back, like, oh my goodness, we had Aleem coming back.
Yeah.
Khalil Dorsey coming back. Just like all these dudes, and it's like, hey, week two, Khalil Dorsey's back. And it's like, oh, that's nice. We might need him. And all of a sudden, I feel like he fills the Kindle Vildor role. And it's like, thank goodness that the guy couldn't get more hurt by being hurt, I guess, right? Like, he was hurt. So it's like, well, at some point he's going to be back. And when he gets back, you'll have your depth back. Like, that's where I'm kind of at with it. But those tied along with the safeties is disgusting. Like, it's incredible. I think it's the best secondary in football this year. I think if there's one position I'd bet on, it'd be that one. I think it could be that good.
And, now –
Rakestraw, hopefully.
He's obviously a polarizing player, right? But
okay,
I actually believe we're going to have a pretty good year out of Marcus Davenport.
Oh, come on, man. That's not polarizing. King, come on, man.
I say he's a polarizing player.
No, you're right. He is polarizing.
The Lions fan base is really just flat out 50-50. You got part like, man, I'm not trying to hear it. Then you got the other part like, well, he's a beast when he's healthy. So, I honestly do believe he's going to be able to play for us this season. I think it's going to be a good season for him.
Just play a little bit.
He's a dog, man. We know he's a dog. He just got to be on the field. And I think this is going to be a year where he's finally started to turn the tide, man.
So maybe that's our injury luck. It's like, hey, after last year, Marcus is going to be healthy for you guys this year. Like, that's our – just we'll give you a year. It's like, bro, if we knew that was going to be the case, I don't think there would be any people really concerned with defensive line. Because, like, you could still say, like, you get better at certain spots, of course, in the interior, those guys banged up depth. But it's like, how many teams in the league have 2 dog DNs? Maybe like 3, but they also pay way too much money for that. And then their team is hurt because of that.
Right,
like, hey, when the teams do, but we're not paying him anything. So it's like, dude, we know he's capable of being that, and we're not paying anything, bro. Just be that for 1 year for us. We know what's in there. We bet on him again. And I was surprised we re-signed him, to be honest with you, King. Like, it was kind of the Emmanuel Mosley thing. Like, we saw him like that, and then we re-signed him again. Yeah. And I feel like this is clearly the last. Like, if he didn't play again, it'd be like, yeah, we're just not doing this again.
Right.
Brad has like clearly like, I like this dude. We're trying again. And boy,
and he definitely gonna go out there and give it his all because he needs some money, right? So yeah. He needs a new contract, right? So yeah.
I don't know what happens if it's not now.
Yeah, because he'd probably be out the league probably. Because I don't think nobody gonna want to give him a contract, man.
But he had a good season. That dude's making easy 15 plus a year. Easy. And it's like, it'd be hard for us to bring him back.
Easy.
Like, he would make that much money, I think. I thought that Levi had clearly that shot after this year, but so like he could easily just, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good suggestion. Detroit Sports Talk. What do you think about bringing in a guy like Asante Samuels?
Yeah. So I'm a little surprised he's still available. One, I don't know. I gotta believe there's something going on there, like because I thought he was more of a zone cornerback. That doesn't mean it doesn't work here. It's just I thought that was his fit. So I thought at some point this dude's gonna scoop, and then he didn't. So I don't know what's going on. Something feels off about that situation.
It do.
And I believe he was banged up to end last year. Like, I think it was pretty significant. I could be ChatGPT. Let's find out. But I think it was. I think he had a pretty significant injury. So I just don't. I think there's something going on there that we don't really know. That's my guess on this because he's still available.
He's the type of ideal though, like what we were talking about before we started is with the Rakestraw injury. Eventually, if things keep going on that way, you got to bring somebody in here. You know what I'm saying? So that type of guy, I wouldn't mind them going to get a veteran and bringing a veteran in here that we know can contribute and at least be available. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to replace Khalil Dorsey. That's just what you're saying. I mean,
I'm not, man. I'm not trying to replace him. It's like I said. I don't know, man. Like I said the secondary they just got to stay healthy. Just stay healthy, please.
So Asante Samuel Jr. was placed on IR with a shoulder injury after 4 games. in 2024, and then he later had neck surgery in April of 2025.
Okay, well, yeah. All right,
May,
yeah.
June, July.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
Okay.
offseason he had surgery.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't know,
Neck
man.
surgery. It was neck surgery, bro.
Yeah, neck
No.
surgery.
No.
I just feel like there's something going on there. It's like something's off. And I don't think he's like the perfect fit, but he's you know what he would be? He'd be like when you go on Madden and you're like, hey, I'm pretty good at this spot. And then you go to free agency and he's like, there's an 83 overall, and you're like, why not? I just sign him. I got money. Just do it. It's like that. And Brad doesn't do that. Brad does not do that. I don't ever feel like there's a move where it's like, oh man, we're just doing that because he won't do that. Like, because if he's gonna do that, Za'Darius would be here. Like, I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? So it's like that would happen before I think that happens. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, King.
Do we still got one roster spot left?
See, that is a great question. ChatGPT, let's find out. I have no idea, actually. I don't know. I mean, we signed a couple corners. I'm not sure. I'm using the Our Lads, so Our Lads does not give us that information. I don't know how to look for it. Yeah, I have no idea.
I'll look into it. We talk about it next show.
Yeah, we'll do the next show. Okay, yeah, so Thursday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. But y'all got to click that link, man. Everybody that's in here, subscribe to this because this is not permanent. It's not like we're just going to be on our channels. We're going to be on this roundtable. We're building up from start, and we may have more people to fill out the roundtable, okay? So this isn't the final, group, but this is how it's going to get started. Me and King, it's good to be back, man. We usually be back we're usually doing some of the stuff during the regular season, but this is going to be super consistent. So subscribe to that on your way out, as you jump out here, and find us on Thursday. Find us on Thursday, 8 p.m. same time. We'll be doing it again. If y'all have anything you want to see, definitely let us know. But as we switch to that channel, I will say there will be opportunities to get like memberships so that you can jump into the channel and call in. Like, that's how that'll pop up. We just don't have that over here yet. King, though, before we get out, man, anything you want to tell the people?
Yeah, just that, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to that channel, man. We're starting out right now. Obviously, we want to bring you guys over because we don't want you guys to miss it. But make sure you guys subscribe to that channel, hit that notification bell, man, so you can every Tuesday and Thursday, you guys can get the Lions updates, man, and get this roundtable experience because it's always fun to talk football with some of your peers, man. So to have us all on the show like this, it's definitely a great opportunity for you fans to be able to see us all together.
Bro, I missed this, man. I'm fired up for this. During the season, this would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So,
shout out real quick before we get out of here. Big news. I didn't know this was the thing. This is fantastic. They're having a baby.
That's what's up. Congratulations. Get ready for no sleep. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
King, didn't you recently have it?
Yeah, that's why I'm tired.
I don't know how I found that out. Okay. How long ago was that?
He's 3 months now, so
wow.
Yeah, still got a fresh one, and I'm in the process of moving too, so it sucks.
So it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. But what's the name? What's the name of your kid?
His name is Onyx.
Onyx. That's
yes. My wife loves the Onyx stone, so she named him after him. After that,
but yeah,
okay. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Maybe we'll get Onyx on at some point. I don't know. Hey man, we gonna wrap it up here though. Again, subscribe, follow us over there Thursday. We'll be back. We'll be live. Lions Roundtable, man. We're getting things started. We'll have better graphics too. But as y'all can see in the background, this is pretty solid. I made this before we got on. Yeah. Just slapped it together. You know what I mean? So we just, in and out. We out of here, man.